If you're planning a Roth conversion, there's a hidden decision most people don't even know about. And the way you answer it determines how much of your conversion actually ends up working for you tax-free for the rest of your life. I'm Eric, and this is Retirement Simplified. Here's a quick explanation of what a conversion actually is. A traditional IRA grows tax deferred. You put money into it, it grows, and when you take it out for retirement, you pay tax on it, the whole thing, including the growth. A Roth IRA is the exact opposite. You pay tax going in. After that, the growth is tax-free. Withdrawals in retirement are tax-free. And unlike the traditional IRA, there's no required minimum distributions, forcing you to take money out when you get older on in retirement. Now, a conversion is basically just moving money from one account to another. You move it, and the IRS treats the amount that you move as income for that year, and you pay taxes on it. Now, at that point going forward, the money is in the Roth IRA, and it grows completely tax-free. So there's two decisions involved in doing this Roth conversion. The first one, everybody talks about. The second one is the reason you're watching this video. So the first decision is the obvious one. Should I convert, and how much should I convert? And that's going to depend on a lot of things that we're not going to cover here. Maybe you're in a lower income window. Maybe you retired and you haven't started Social Security yet. Or maybe required minimum distributions haven't kicked in yet. Whether it's something unusual is happening with your taxes, there's real math behind it, and it's definitely worth doing properly. Most people answer that question, they land on a number, and they just do the conversion. The second decision never comes up. When the tax comes due on the conversion, where does the money actually come from to pay the income tax? There's two ways to pay the tax. Option one, you tell the IRA custodian, hey, just withhold tax directly from the conversion, and part of what you're converting goes straight towards tax withholding. The rest, the balance, that just lands in your Roth IRA. Option two, you withhold nothing. The full amount of the conversion lands inside of your Roth IRA, and you pay the tax separately from cash you already have sitting outside of your IRA. Maybe it's in a savings account. Maybe it's a brokerage account. You make an estimated tax payment when you do the conversion, or you wait until the end of the year and just pay the tax with the tax return. Both paths produce the same income tax return. But what ends up in the Roth IRA is not the same. So let's go through a hypothetical example. Remember, I'm duly licensed as a certified financial planner professional and a tax preparer, but I want to emphasize this is just an example. Let's say you convert $100,000. The tax for that conversion works out to, let's say, $23,000. Under option one, $77,000 lands in your Roth IRA. The total cost to convert is $100,000. Now, under option two, the full $100,000 lands in your Roth IRA, but you make a separate payment of $23,000 from cash you had off to the side. So the total cost to convert in that example is $123,000. So it's the same conversion, same math, $23,000 more is permanently parked inside of your Roth IRA. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's a $23,000 check that I'm writing out of pocket. Yeah, it is. But here's how I think about it. That cash that's sitting in a brokerage account or a savings account, it's going to be taxed on its growth for the rest of your life anyway. So every dividend, every gain, every dollar of interest, taxable. You move that $23,000 into your Roth, and from that day forward, no tax on the growth, no required minimum distributions for the rest of your life, and for your heirs, up to 10 more years of continued tax-free growth after you're gone. That $23,000 just moved from one of the less tax-efficient places it can sit into one of the most. I don't call that spending. I call that buying something. Now, to be fair, withholding from the conversion isn't a mistake. It counts as tax paid evenly across the year, which in many cases can help you avoid an underpayment penalty. And it leaves your outside cash completely untouched. One caution, if you're under the age of 59 and a half, any amount that is withheld from the conversion as income tax withholding is treated as a distribution situation, and you will be taxed and hit with a 10% early withdrawal penalty. So I wouldn't recommend the tax withholding option if you're under 59 and a half. Either don't convert or convert only if you have outside funds to pay the income tax on the conversion. If you're thinking about a conversion this year, here are 5 questions I'd ask myself. Do I have cash outside of my IRA that I could use to pay the tax for this conversion? Does the conversion make sense this year based on my other income? Would this conversion push me into a higher tax bracket or affect my Medicare premiums? Is there something special about this year that makes it attractive in the first place? And my favorite, what's the end game of doing this conversion? Besides me, who is this actually going to benefit long term? Am I thinking about my kids, my grandkids? Do I want to take one for the team, as we put it, and pay taxes on something that isn't possibly going to directly benefit me at all? So if the answers point towards that second path, it's worth running the actual numbers with someone who can actually see your whole picture. The upside can be really meaningful, but it has to fit your situation. So here's the bottom line. A Roth conversion isn't just one decision, it's 2. How much you convert is the one that everyone talks about. How you pay the tax is what loudly determines how much of that conversion actually ends up working for you tax-free for the rest of your life. Now, most people never think about that second question. Now you know to. I'm Eric. If you want to sit down and work through what this looks like in your particular situation, you can find us at retiremeasap.com. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you at the next one.